What we're looking for is how everything works. What makes everything work? It has to do with curiosity. It has to do with people wondering what makes something do something. The things that make the wind make the waves. The motion of water is like the motion of air, is like the motion of sand. And then to discover that if you try to get answers, that they're related to each other. The fact that things have common features. The truth is so remarkable, so amazing.
What is time? Time is not absolute. In fact, for us believing physicists, the distinction between the past, present, and future is but a stubborn illusion. Close your eyes. To truly grasp the idea of time, we must take a step back and ask, what is light? So journey with me to the sun. Light travels from the sun to the earth through space, yes? When I was your age, I wanted to know, how can something light travel through nothing, space? Let us isolate a light beam and travel alongside it. But let us go faster, faster, faster. What is time?
A singularity.
A space-time singularity. So the universe born from a black hole exploding.
Keep going.
What do you mean keep going? Before the universe began?
No. Keep going, develop the mathematics.
I don't know how to do it. Because that image has to be mathematical. We have a mathematical expression. Strange, it's mathematics. I don't understand how it is. But we can write mathematical expressions and calculate what the thing is going to do. The behavior of things on a small scale is so fantastic. It's so wonderfully different, so marvelously different than anything that behaves on a large scale. You say electrons act like waves. No, they don't exactly. They act like particles. No, they don't exactly. They act like a kind of a fog around the nucleus. No, they don't exactly. And if you would like to get a clear, sharp picture of an atom,
in any finite region of space, like the observable universe that we now inhabit, there's a finite amount of energy, which is carried by a finite number of particles. And those finite number of particles can only be arranged in finitely many distinct patterns. Because there are only finitely many distinct ways that the particles can be arranged, if space does go on infinitely far, the particle pattern has to ultimately repeat. And that would mean there'd be copies of us out there. There'd be copies of us.
An infinite number of copies
out there.
An infinite number of copies
of us.
Infinitely many of us at very far parts of the universe doing exactly the same thing that this copy of us is doing.
Copies of me that continue and copies of me that die at any moment.
Anything that can happen will happen, and it will happen an infinite number of times.
Something wild.
Elephant suddenly appears in front of me. There could be our exact universe, but with a different history. Hillary Clinton won the election. Germany won the war.
On that Earth, the dinosaurs might still rule.
I think when a lot of people hear some of these ideas, they're like, God, they were just up late drinking and having a good time, and they came up with this crazy idea because they wanted to think in science fiction. But this is reality-based.
If the universe is infinite in extent, there would be an infinite number of Einsteins in our universe.
Raised me to care about the things that I care about and to know that we bring them into the world in order to change the world with incredible spiritual force. And that spiritual force is in music. What holds the world together. This world, the next world, and the previous world. That's what music awakens, quickens, brings back to life, brings all of us to life. Music is not about itself. It's about everything else we care about, we think about, we feel. What an overwhelming and completely shocking experience. Music is about everything we're hoping for and that's not here yet. And music is here ahead of time to tell us it's coming. Music creates this space. This deep shared space.
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Take the world from another point of view.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
It's the who we are, what we are.
Just like a runner gets a kick out of sweating, I get a kick out of thinking. I can't stop.
The fact that we humans, who are ourselves mere collections of fundamental particles of nature, have been able to come this close to an understanding of the laws governing us and our universe, it's a great triumph.
When you're thinking about something you don't understand, you have a terrible, uncomfortable feeling called confusion. It's a very difficult and unhappy business.
Saying that you don't understand it
I don't believe it. It's too crazy. It's the kind of thing I'm not going to accept.
So remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist.
You're an interesting species. An interesting mix. You're capable of such beautiful dreams. And such horrible nightmares. You feel so lost. So cut off. So alone. Only you're not. See, in all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
What happens now?
Now, you go home.
Home? But I have so many questions. Do we get to come back?
This was just the first step. In time, you'll take another. This is the way it's been done for billions of years. Small moves, Ellie. Small moves.